All right, guys. So now we're gonna make this. We just did the header desktop last video, so now we're gonna make this responsive so that it looks good on all devices. So if you go into your what we built so far, you right click and hit the inspect, and you can go pull up the mobile like viewer here in the Google Developer Tools by clicking on this thing right here. It's got like a tablet and smartphone icon. And then you different by default, you'll have like 5 or 6 devices here that Google puts that you can see how they look on those devices. What I did is I customized mine so that I have every major device screen size that's like on the market right now. So I have like all these different devices that are popular. I mean, I have like the iPhone 5 in here, which probably isn't so popular or necessary. I could probably get rid of that one, but I keep all the Apple models on here because I know people will still buy iPhone 5s, 6, 7, and 8s on eBay and use them. So I want to develop for like all devices. But yeah, as you can see here, it doesn't on mobile. It's broken, doesn't look right. Looks okay on this one. This is a BlackBerry Playbook. I don't even know. I think it's like a half tablet, half phone or something. Or a small tablet. Galaxy S8 doesn't look right on there. So we got to fix that and make it look like the design. The design tablet view, if we can scroll over and view it, this is the tablet view. So it pretty much looks the same as the desktop view. These are hidden a little bit more, so we'll adjust those, and then the phone's going to have to be a little smaller probably to fit on the screen, so we'll do that. And then for mobile, everything is smaller, and these background images are not there, so we'll put those to display none, and then we'll adjust everything else so it looks correct. So I like to work my way down from desktop, and we'll go to like the tablets, and we'll do that first. So we'll get started with that. To make stuff responsive, you have to use something called CSS media queries. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make this a little bigger. We're going to make a comment underneath our header stuff. I'm going to copy this. And below all of our header styles, I'm going to paste, and then I'm going to say media queries so I know where my mobile stuff starts. Okay. And then the code to do media queries is the following. It's called, you go at media screen, and then say and parentheses max width. So you can do min width or max width. I like to use max width. Other developers that do tutorials seem to like min width. I don't know why. It's weird to me. But so what that says here is what that code means, that media query code. It means, hey, when a screen size is 1,180 pixels or smaller, I want the styles to look like this. And then we can copy paste whatever styles we want to change, and then just put different values in here to make it look good on mobile. So this part of development, when you're using CSS from scratch and you're not using like a framework, it's really tedious. You're about to find out, but if you're going to build stuff from scratch, it's just what you have to do, and you should know how to do this from scratch. You shouldn't be moving on to frameworks like Bootstrap or Foundation or anything until you can look at any design and build that thing from scratch with just pure CSS, in my opinion. And it takes a couple months to get there, but you don't want to be like all these other developers out here that use frameworks as a crutch and they don't actually know what they're doing, because that's just, there's going to come a time when you're not going to be able to use a framework probably, and then you're going to be really stuck or lost, or you're going to have to subcontract that work out and lose money if you're a freelancer. And it's best to just know what you're doing. So I'm going to do my first media query for 1180 because I think the iPad Pro is 1180. No, it's not the iPad Pro. It's one of the popular iPads. Maybe it's the Air. Yeah, so the iPad Air, when you put it to landscape, is 1180. And I like to especially develop for Apple devices because I know that like in the United States and the Western world, like if you're going to get a tablet or a smartphone, it's at least half the people are going to get an Apple on one of them because it's just how it is. So I for sure I will choose to make a design more perfect on an Apple device tablet than a Android one every time because they're just super popular. The only people that really buy Android stuff are I guess companies will give you a company tablet that's probably going to be an Android, but it's pretty much Apple dominates. So what we're going to do here, so 1180, and I know that just from working that this is the cutoff. This is as big as a smaller tablet's going to be. I'm going to it doesn't look bad. This looks pretty good. I'll probably just adjust the phone positioning for now. And then I might put these in a little bit. So let's do the phone first. So I'm going to go up here and find where I have my hero image phone code right here. I'm going to copy it and paste it. Make it look good. And we can keep the width at 715. We can keep position absolute. We're going to keep all this stuff the same. So we're going to delete this code because we don't need it all in our media query area because it's saved above. So the styles trickle down to here. Z index, we're going to keep that. And I think the top positioning we'll keep, but we're going to change left. So let's just make sure. So let's make our phone more centered on the screen size. So I'm going to select the phone and go to the left and use my arrow keys to move it to right here. Put it right. I think it's right there in the design. It's slightly over from the button. And that's left 22%. So let's save that. And then the top looks fine to me, so I'm just going to get rid of that code because, again, we don't need it, so we don't want to keep it there. And there you go. So that's the iPad Air. The next tablet size that is popular is going to be, I think, 1024. Yep. So 1024. So we'll do 1024 now. That's going to be our next media query because the iPad Pro is 1024. The Nest Hub is 1024 tablet, that's an Android tablet. Let's see, the Nest Hub Max is 1280. Might have to do something else for that one. Let's see, I think that's it. And then the BlackBerry Playbook that's shown up here is 1024. So 1024 is pretty popular. Let me just see. Since I saw that Nest Hub Max is 1280, might want to make another media query just for the 1280 Nest Hub Max. And the Nest Hub Max, you can't even change the orientation. It's just 1280, so we should probably, if we're not going to be lazy, want to look good on as many devices as possible. I'll make a 1280 just for that, I guess. For the Nest Hub Max. All right. This needs to go down here. Okay. So let's take the hero image. And we're going to be, throughout this process, we're probably going to have to backtrack a couple times as we test all the devices, but that's normal. It's just a normal part of development that you have to do. So 1280, 22%. So that actually looks good. So I might actually get rid of the 1180. And maybe we'll just keep it at 1280. That already looks fine to me. As long as that Nest Hub Max is good and the iPad Pro looks okay. Let's see. iPad Pro. Or not the... I keep saying iPad Pro. The iPad, what is it? Mini or Air? iPad Air. And I'm pretty sure the iPad Air is the most... the MacBook Air and iPad Air are the cheaper options from Apple, and that's what a lot of people get because that's plenty of power and it's cheaper. So this is for sure going to be a popular device. So that looks pretty good. Let me see. When it gives you the tablet styles, guys, it's just showing you a general thing. It's not giving you every different kind of tablet size, but let's go ahead and do what they did on here. We'll make these hidden a little bit more, these background images. So let's grab our, I think it's just the main header code because we put the background images just in the header, right? And we'll put that above the hero image because that's the order that it goes in on the page. And we can get rid of all of this because all that's going to be the same. Get rid of the background color. The only thing we need is the positioning. Okay. So now let's go ahead and manipulate the positioning of the background images. And let's see, 1280. I'm going to go to the Nest Hub Max. Yeah, it's like the same. So let's do this. I'm going to go in here where it says background position of my header at this screen size. And we're going to change it left and right. So it looks like this, like it's barely out. So we'll say -24 for that. And then we'll keep the 32%. And then this one is in a little bit too. So we'll go this 104%. We'll move it in a little bit to like there. 108. I think that looks like the design. Let's see. Yeah, looks pretty close. Yep, I'll keep that. So what was that? 108. And we'll save that. There we go. So now we got 1280. That looks good. And we'll do the iPad Air, and that looks pretty good too. I'm happy with that. So those bigger tablet sizes are covered. So now let's work our way down to the next size that's popular, which I believe is the 1024. And so for the 1024, we're going to manipulate where the phone is and maybe bring these in a little bit more. So let's copy our media query. Say max width 1024. And get our curly braces. And we're going to manipulate the same two things. So let's just copy paste these down. And let's bring this in a little bit, these circles, to like here, -32. And we'll bring the small circles in just a little bit to like there, to like -110. Or 110, not -110, 110. Happy with that. And then I think the phone needs to be moved down and over a little bit. So let's see how it looks on like the Galaxy or the Nest Hub, the Android one. It doesn't look terrible. But I still want to, I want to move it more over here a little bit more. So let's go ahead and say left. Let's get our phone here. Is it left like 20 probably? Well, that didn't. We're going to need the top too. So let's get the top. So what's our default top here? Row image. Oh, there it was. Top 80. Let's copy that. Okay. So where's the iPad Pro? Yeah. Okay. So that looks. We got to fix that. So let's say top. Let's move it down to like here. Probably like right here is fine. So top 93. And then we'll move it left over here a little bit. A little more centered. It's gonna look a little different than the. Yeah, ours is gonna look a little different. We might want to shorten how tall the header is. Let's see. Yeah, I think the header's a little too tall. That's part of the problem. So let's get our left, because in reality it's like right there on the design. It's like far left. Keep it there. We'll just say 15% left. And then header, let's do our height. Let's see if we can make it like 500 pixels and see what happens. That looks better. It's not as tall. Maybe like 550. There you go. That's better. I think that looks a lot better. So iPad Pro looks good on that size. And we turn it this way. It's basically desktop, so that's fine. We'll keep it like that. Nest Hub Max looks good. Nest Hub looks good. About the iPad Mini. So the Mini is a 768, so that's going to be another mini media query. But if we turn the iPad Mini to the side to landscape, it's 1024, and that looks good. So that's okay. See all these devices, guys. There's just so many devices and screen sizes out there today that it gets more and more tedious as time goes on to do this. Back in the day, you could have like 3 media queries and that was it. But there's just so many devices now. But that's okay. It's part of being a web developer. So if you want to be one, like, get used to it, dude. But I enjoy this work, so it doesn't bother me. But if you don't really like web development and you really don't enjoy this stuff, like, this is where you got to make that choice. Like, hey man, maybe this isn't for me. At least the HTML and CSS part, the programming part's fun, but it's way harder in my opinion. So yeah, that looks good on like all the tablet sizes. So now let's develop for, well, see the iPad Mini is 768, but you got to keep in mind that there's smartphones that when you turn them on their side, they're like just as big. So you also have to develop for those smartphones that are going to be in landscape mode. That's a whole other screen size, right? If you turn your phone to the side, right? So like I think the biggest one when you turn your phone on the side is the Pixel 2 XL, which is 823. And let's see, I think that is. Maybe let's see if the iPhone X is 812. About the iPhone 12 Pro, 844. Okay, so the iPhone 12 Pro was probably the biggest one. So our media queries might be like 844. Let's see what else. Does anything beat that out? I think that might be the biggest one, 786. Just these phones, when you turn them on their side, they just get so big, like the screen. And 851, Pixel 5, so 851. What was the 915 for the Samsung Ultra? What the hell? All right, so 915 is going to be our new media query as of now. Let's take that down before we forget. And this is why, as you can see, this is why I like to go through section by section and make these adjustments. I don't imagine if you had the whole page completed on desktop and then you had to go back and do all this, like that would be terrible. And I guess some people work like that, but not me. All right, so 915 is the biggest, which is bigger than most tablets almost. These are the actual iPads. Surface Pro. Oh, Surface Pro's a tablet, my bad. 912. So that'll take care of that itself, though. Get this 1368. Why is this so messed up? There we go. Sometimes you have to like zoom it. This gets zoomed in for some reason, but we might have to make a whole other media query for this 1368 because the phone doesn't look that good. And then on the iPad Pro, it's way over there too at 1366. Let's do that now. Uh, 1368, we'll say. And we're just going to change like one thing, but Let's take our phone image thingy. Hero image. Copy, paste. And the top is okay. It's the left that we want to change. So let's go left. Put it like right here. A 24%. That looks okay to me. And then that's fine. Let's see. That's the iPad Pro. What was the other one? Was it the Surface Pro? This is like the Microsoft Surface. There you go. That looks better. That looks fine. All right, moving on. Back to what we were doing. So 915 was the biggest. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the biggest, like, the biggest landscape smartphone size is going to be that 915, I think. Yeah, that one's 914. Galaxy Fold. How small the screen is, 280. That's going to be another media query, that 280. 720, so yeah. I think we're good with the 9. We'll start with the 915. So which one had the 915? Was it this one? It was one of these. Pixel 2. Which one was it? There we go. 914. Close enough. All right. What do we got here? So everything looks okay, but the phone is too big and our text width needs to be fixed. So let's grab our hero image. And let's give it a width of like 5, maybe 600. I think it's 700 pixels on the desktop, so let's say 600. There we go. Looks better already. Zoom out here a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And then let's bring it down and over a little bit. So let's say top, like to there. Say top 99. And then save, and then we'll bring it to the left. Like over here, 17. And then as you can see on this screen, we have like this white line where our that wave that we made on that attached to the bottom is now detached slightly on the screen size from our header for some reason. See that white? There's a white line there. See, it shows up, and it is there. If you get the actual device, that white line will show up. I've tested this out. I thought it was just a quirk in Google Chrome, but it's not. It's there. So how we can fix that is we'll go grab our header text or our header styles. And we'll say, or do we put it on the header? Let me see here. We're going to use like a negative margin to just push that up and together, basically. So let me just see. I think we're going to put it on the actual image itself, on the SVG wave. Yeah. So let's go to Hero Wave. Grab that. And we'll go down here, and we'll put it above hero image because that's where it appears on the screen. It appears above it. Get rid of all this stuff. But then we'll say margin top minus 2 pixels. Bam. Now they're connected. So if you ever get like, if you're working with waves or if you get like weird white lines on your mobile devices, that's usually what it is. It means you need to like push something up with a negative margin because they detached. So that's a trick that not a lot of people know. I had to figure that out. I don't even know how I figured that out. I figured it out somehow. All right, so that looks good. Looks better. So that's the landscape version of a Samsung Galaxy A51. What was the other one? The Pixel 2 XL. How's that look? Oh yeah, we need to fix the text. Looks good, but we got to fix the text. So let's fix this so it stacks correctly. So let's grab our, go back up to our header and grab the header text, or what did we call it? Yeah, header text. Header text H1. Copy that, and we'll bring it down here. And put it in the middle because it's above the hero image. And we can probably keep the font size, maybe make the font size smaller. There we go. I think it says in the design too. Let's see. Got a font. Yep, it's 60. Did I say 60 off the bat? Damn, I'm good. Cool. So there we go. We got 60. Now it looks like it should. And that looks okay. Let's see. S8. So I think our next sizes that we're going to develop for are probably going to be the tablet. Or, well, let's see how that looks on here. So 812. So what should our next media query be for these devices, these phones? 812 is that one. See, the iPhone XR is 896. Good Lord, but we just fixed that one, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That 915 takes care of the 896 decently well, so I'm fine with that. How about the iPhone 12 Pro 844? Okay. How does this look on the iPad mini? Not bad. So let's change the width and let's go off of 823. Let's go off of the 844. Let's go off the 844 844 landscape size. And let's go to, it's gonna, that 60 pixels is gonna trickle down, so we'll keep it at that, but we're gonna take this and we'll do the width is what we're gonna change. Get rid of everything else. We don't want this code cluttering up everything when it's not necessary. And the width is, we're gonna be moving it up, I believe, so that it fills more of its container instead of just 45%. So let's selector tool, select it, and then CR Max with 844. We're manipulating this now in real time. And we'll go up to 50%. That looks good, even 50. And yeah, how does that look on other devices? So this is the Galaxy S8. I'm going to take these out of the background for everything that's like 767 and below probably. See, S9. Yeah, so these are smaller. Moto G power. Looks good. Yeah, so I think our next breakpoint's going to be that iPad mini. Yeah. See, these Apple devices are so much taller that like it brings everything, drags it down. But then the Android devices are like not as tall. Like the Pixels. 912. See, we could probably. See, it's 550. Let me just see something really quick. Yeah. But we have to keep it there. Let's do like 530, dude. There. We're just going to have to live that every device isn't going to be perfect, which is fine. But it'll look good. I mean, this looks good. If you're a user and you're using this, or if you give this to a designer, they should be like, oh man, that looks great, right? If they have a huge problem, they're super perfectionist. If they're like super, everything has to be perfect, then again, those are people you don't want to work with. just bypass that. You don't need that in your life. All right. So let's go down to the iPad mini, just 768. And make our text stack correctly on that screen. And let me just check the design really quick. I think it's supposed to stack that same way on all screens. So we're doing the right thing. I know it's tedious, but this is the project. Okay. So let's see, width 60%. Will that fix it? Yep. And then let's bring these in more. So let's go grab our background positioning for these. Let's put this above here, my bad. Okay, so 768. We can probably make this height even smaller on 768. Maybe like 480. Trying to get as close as I can for all these screens, but it's never gonna be completely perfect. 480 looks good. And then we'll drag these to the sides like we did with the other one. So let's grab I'm just gonna click on header here. In we go. Minus 53, save that. And in we go to like right there, 116. Looks good. Looks really good actually. Okay. And then let's do... Yeah, it looks good now. Let's make our next breakpoint maybe 5. Because now, see, now we got the Surface Duo. That's 540. For your most smartphones, your breakpoint should be like 450 pixels maybe at the most. Because now we got to start developing for those smaller devices. Like our iPad Pro got messed up. Our 1024 got messed up somehow. How did that happen? Let's see. Our 1024 got messed up because is this why? It's part of it. Did we change the height of the header? I'm not sure when that happened or why. The good news is when we get all these media queries down that we need with the header, that should be good for all the rest of the design. So that's the good. We only have to do this tedious stuff once. 1024 got messed up. Wonder why. Yeah, it's like sucked way up now. Did we not already do that? It's because we changed the height, really? That might be why. I might have changed the height in the wrong place. Well, that got super big. Make up your mind, man. No, it's not messed up. So maybe is this like is Chrome Developer Tools playing tricks on us? No, because now we refresh it and it's back here. That is so weird, guys. It's not me. I'm not going crazy yet. You guys just saw that. See, look, it's it's like glitching. It's so weird. And then I'll refresh it, and nothing's there. So strange. I think we're okay. We'll ignore that for now. If it persists, I think that's like a glitch that's happening. That shouldn't be doing that. Watch. Refresh. But then if I save over here. So strange. Alright, let's do 560. Let's just keep this default then. Just keep it default if it's going to cause an issue. Now, does that mess up our... No. Looks good. So this one, it's 820. $844. Okay. Decisions. I wish this would stop going to 100%. Okay. Let's move on, and then we'll fix what we have to fix. Let's go down to iPhone X is 812, so that should take care of that. So let's go down to like a true smartphone dimension. We'll say like media screen. What's the biggest screen for? I think it's like 480. Let's see. I want to look at these now. 393. Pixel 4 is 353. 678 Plus is 414. Pixel, so we could probably just make a media query at like 450 to be safe. And that should cover all the smartphones. Let's start there. All the smartphone portrait sizes. Okay, so let's develop for... Let's see, that 600 is broken. Should I make a 600? Probably do that first, huh? Is there anything else that would affect it? Let's do 600 because there's a 540 there. Okay. Do 600 first. Not bad. 600 pixels. If it looks good on this, it'll look good on that. All right, so on this one, what needs to be done for sure from here on out is get rid of the background image on the header. So we're going to delete this, and we're going to say background image none, because they're not on the mobile view. And then our smartphone, the reason why this is happening, this is going out of the flow, is because the smartphone is too big. It's like as big or bigger than the screen. So let's grab our hero image. And we'll say the width of this will be 500. Still too big. 400 maybe. There we go. So we'll say 400 pixels, and then we'll bring it over and down a little bit. So we'll say, I'll call it 16, over a little bit, and then we'll go to like 94. Or sorry, I'll go to 100. There. That's fine. That looks fine to me. And then that should also cover the playbook. Yep, looks good. I think we got to fix the text though, yeah? Let's see. Now let's fix our text width on our heading. So copy this, bring it down. And we'll move it up to 70%. It up to 80%. Okay. Yep. I don't know why I keep going to that one, but what was the other one that had that big? Oh, the playbook. Yep, that looks good. Stacks correctly. All right, now let's move down to smartphones, which I think we were going to make it smartphone portrait size, which is like 650. Almost there, guys. I know this is so tedious, but this is literally like, if you want to learn from somebody that's built hundreds of designs by hand, this is how you do it. So if it's not for you, it's okay. If you just want to be, if you want to be one of those people that just relies on Bootstrap and stuff, like, I don't recommend it, but I get it. But you should be, if you're truly gonna do something, you should be a master, is what I think. So that's how I approach everything that I do. I want to be able to do it without any guidance if need be, like no help from any kind of framework or whatever. If I have to, if I have a freelance client, and they want to pay me like $2,000 for a website, and I've got like 3 clients, am I going to do a website from complete scratch? No, I'm going to use like WordPress or something, and I'm going to pump it out and get my money. But if you're going to be like, if you want to be like a hireable front end developer for like a bigger company, you have to have these skills that we're working on now. And it's good to be able to have everything, right? You should be able to do a quick website that makes you a couple thousand, and you should be able to build a complex design out from scratch. So that's what this is, the skill we're doing now. So what we were gonna fix our header text width. We can probably pump this up to just 100% of its container now, because even though we say 100%, yep, that's good. Even though we say, and I think that actually can be smaller, that text, and that phone's got to be smaller too. So, but why I can say 100%? Why I can say 100% of that is because, remember, we still have that container class. So there's always going to be padding on the sides. That's why we put it there, if that makes sense. If we didn't have the container class and I put 100%, this would go all the way out to the edge of the phone. Let's get our hero image and make that smaller. And we're also probably going to want to make our header shorter. Say with 300 pixels. There we go. And that looks okay. I'm not going to mess with the header height on that. I think it looks all right. Let's see. See if we got because we're at 50% zoom. Let's go to 100. And can't see it because this is in the way. That looks fine. Phone is big enough. All right, let's go back to 50. That should make this look good for most regular smartphone screen sizes that are in portrait mode. Let's see, 360. Yeah, it looks all right. 320. That'll be a different media query. Don't worry about that one. 384 looks okay. 412 looks good. 393. 53. 414. See, like some of these heights are like bigger on the header because of like just how the screen is designed. And if I go messing with that header height, it's going to change it, and it might look better on a little bit better on an iPhone, but then it'll ruin the Android one. So we don't want to. Got to pick our battle with that one. Phone 12. So let's fix our header text size to what it. So it's 80, 60, and then supposed to be. It says over here the header sizes. Heading large, heading medium, 32. So let's go over to the mobile phone design, see if it's 32. Well, it says it's 50. Well, we're going to have to make it smaller to accommodate that screen size. So like 390 max width, maybe? Yeah, like 390 is the cutoff. So let's do that while we're here. Copy that media query, make this one 390. And we'll say header text H1, maybe make it like 40 pixels. Font size 40 pixels. I think we're at 60 right now. Let's see. Yeah, that fixes it for. I guess we should fix this over here. This S8. Not the S8. What is it? S9 Plus. That media query will do max width 320 because see how small that screen is? 320. It's a really small screen. So we got our 320 and the phone can probably be smaller. Should probably be smaller. Yeah, because it's almost as big as the whole screen. And that should also fix its positioning a little bit. So let's say max width like 280. And then we'll move it over. Grab this. Gotta grab these two, sorry. And let's manipulate this here. Boom. Okay. Hey. Okay. Let's make it go left to like right here. Left 4%. Cool. Looks better. And then we gotta fix that. It's alright. We'll get all of our portrait phones situated and then we'll backtrack if we have to. Cool. Looking good. Oh, I'm like, what the heck? There we go. Looking good, looking good. We can maybe change the header height from pixels to percentages for mobile. And that'll probably make it better. Looks good. Surface Duo looks good. That's like the Microsoft Surface tablets that they use for like the NFL. Galaxy Fold 280, even smaller screen size. Fun. Just keep making them smaller and smaller. Okay, so we'll make another media query for this little phone. Can't believe people buy this stuff, dude, honestly. Like, it's going to be the hero image that we got to make smaller, so we'll do that. Make it 260. There we go. And then this looks a little scrunched, but whatever, dude. Like, I'm not going to mess with that. Look, it's fine. Most developers won't even do what we're doing now and develop for all these devices, honestly. Like, I'm sure you've seen phones on other people's. If you have like an iPhone and then somebody has like some weird Android phone and they go to the same website as you, I'm positive that like that stuff is broken half the time. Okay, where was I? I was at the Galaxy Fold, right? Okay. 653. Man, that 653 is messed up. So maybe I should make this up here 653. Maybe. We'll think about it. Let's go through here. I might just change that media query to accommodate that. Let's just do it, dude. Just take a chance. See if it breaks everything. Anyway, it makes it look better. I think that's all that we need to do for that. It should be okay. We'll double check, though. We're almost done. We're actually almost done, guys. Pixel 2. Looks good on both. Pixel 2 XL. Good. iPhone SE. Again, I know this is an iPhone 5, like who cares, but if you've ever sold stuff on eBay, like I've sold like over $30,000 in sales on eBay, and like people still buy iPhone like 5s and 4s and like use them like it's a thing. So it's mostly people in like other areas that are like not as fortunate, but you'd be surprised. All right, let's make this max width 667 to see if we can just accommodate this. But see, we already have all of our media queries situated, so when we run into stuff like that, we can just adjust the size up 10 or 20 pixels to accommodate that other screen, rather than keep going in circles and trying to fix everything and breaking everything. All right, guys, we're looking good, man. Now, again, is it absolutely pixel perfect to the design on every device? No, but that's really not. With regular CSS, that's not very achievable. That's the reality. I've heard of a lot of people that I know that are front-end developers for agencies. They like have to tell designers constantly, or hold a meeting and be like, yo, like we can't do this like this on this screen size because of this. And if the designers don't understand how to code at all, which some don't, some do, some know HTML and CSS really well and they get it, but some don't. And then like you have to have that like a whole meeting with them so that to tell them why you can't do something or why it's a bad idea. All right, so I'm just checking these other devices one more time on the other end, because I just changed those media query sizes to make sure I didn't break anything. I don't think I did. Looks good. Okay, let's go to 150%, please. I don't know why it keeps going to 100. It's always better to zoom out to like 50% so you can just see what's going on easier. That's why, it's because every time we go that, it does it. That looks good. Phone XR. See, this iPhone's like 3 or 4 years old already, so probably nobody buys it, but got to develop for it. Phone 12, Pixel. I think we're good, guys. S8, that little 360. The good news is the rest of the sections, the header is by far the most involved section in this thing. So these 2 header videos are probably by far going to be the longest. The next sections are super fast, or a lot faster, or at least half the time probably. But see how it looks good on every screen, guys? And that's why we took the time. So you take the time and it's annoying, but it's nice at the end of the day when you can deliver the project or just show people off, or show it off on Front End Mentor and like have people comment and be like, whoa, because you'll go through other people's solutions if you use that Front End Mentor IO site, and you'll like check them and like you'll see that they did not develop, like it looks good for like 3 or 4 devices, but not for all of them, not even close. Like a lot of people don't put in this extra time and effort, and this is what can separate you and make you just better than everybody. It's not really hard to be better than the general public. Like you just have to put on a little more effort and you'll stand out and be successful. It's not hard. Most people are so lazy, it's not even funny. Yeah, we're good, guys. We look good. We look really good. I like you. So we will end the video here, and when we pick up next time, we'll start with that section underneath here that is, let's see, look at it. This section here, it's like we'll call it like the features area. And this section's easy, man. We can copy paste that curve we already made up here, give it a background color, and then we have 3 divs that we'll make for each one of these. and they're going to have the identical styling and then just different content. So this is going to be way faster. And then on tablet, it looks like that. So we might have to that's going to be a little annoying to do, to make it side by side like that, but we'll do it on tablet, and then you just stack them on mobile. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here, guys. And when we come back, we'll work on that next section. Thank you so much for watching.